ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭಯ, ಆ ಭಯನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಿವಾರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಗಳು, ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೊರ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಹಾಗೂ ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ನ ನಾವು ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಸಾಧಕವಾದ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುವನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ to be more precise and then to summarize, ultimately I have told you ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಭಯ ಅನ್ನೋ ತಾನೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಎದುರಿಸಲು ಸಶಕ್ತರಾಗ್ತೀರಾ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ಎ ಗುಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ so that you can face this, and then no longer I can bear this, and then I am going to fight this so-called cancer, and then see to that I will also lead a normal, beautiful life, whatever the God has given to me. So to summarize, ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು, ಮೂಢನಂಬಿಕೆಗಳಿಂದ ಈಚೆ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಧೈರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೋಬಾರದು, ಆದಷ್ಟು ಸಹಿತ ಸಹನೆಯಿಂದ ಎದುರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಕೆಲವು ಆಹಾರ ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಆಹಾರ ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೆಂಪು ಹಳದಿ ಹಣ್ಣು ಆಹಾರಗಳು ತೆಗೆದುಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆದಷ್ಟು ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಈಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್, ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಪರ್ ಡೇ keeps you, especially an apple keeps you more healthy. Try to incorporate ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫುಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ all these fruits should be there either in the morning or in the night, and try to have the proteins ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವು ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. egg, you can have the egg, and also for those who are the non-vegetarian, have to have a sufficient meal and try to dedicate some time for your family. Don't be all the time in your tension. So ಯುಕ್ತ ಆಹಾರ ವಿಹಾರಸ್ಯ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ನಾನು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬಲ್ಲೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ದ ಡೇ ಫಾರ್ ಯು. To organize and then to have the day, you must have a good knowledge about what's going on in the world, what's happening with you and what's happening with your family. Try to dedicate some time with your family and then have a reciprocation. ನಾನು ಆಗ್ಲೇನೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳಲ್ಲಿ you have to maintain a good environment, sufficiently good oxygenated thing, and when you go, try to make walking as a medicine. I have already told you, you must have the incorporate either in the morning if you are very much occupied, try to do in the evening at least a half an hour walking as a medicine. Walking is not just a loaf. Try to concentrate, focus your mind, try to have inward journey and meditation and yoga. All these should be, because Indian system of medicine, where you have the yoga, you have the pranayama, and you have dhyana. Dhyana will give you a mental strength to cope up with any situation, even whether the cancer or even other dreadful diseases also. That will give you a powerful immunity to your system, and you can boost your immune system with all this. Then try to come out of the ಮೂಢನಂಬಿಕೆಗಳು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸ್ತನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ತಪಾಸಣೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಾಯಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಸಹಿತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅವಲೋಕನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ದ ಓರಲ್ ಹೈಜೀನ್, ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ both the times. You keep your oral hygiene and try to brush and keep it clean. Cleanliness is another one. Then suppose you might feel that ನಿತ್ಯ ಅಪವಾದಗಳು, ನಾನೀಗ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ people will make me depressed. So you should not go to the depression. So you must be in a position to face the consequences. Take it as a challenge. Try to go to the laughing clubs. You have to relax. Go to the laughing clubs nearby park, and try to do between the 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, and keep your mind ullasakara, pleasant, The pleasant feeling keeps all the diseases away from your body. Then I told you about Manasika Vattada, already tension, you must come out of the one. Try to share with your friends. Try to go and then mingle with your friends. Have your own friend circle so that the friend circle will give you some kind of suggestions. What is good, what is bad, and then how you should react to the life rather than going to the depression, and so that you will not be in a position to go to come back when you depressive psychosis, and then you will land up in the other suicidal tendencies are there. So all the time be prepared, keep laughing, and have safe sexual programs, and love each other, and don't ever think of the evil things, taking some pointing at somebody else and then picking their negative points and making them hurt will rather hurt you more rather than hurt them. So don't ever do that. Have a healthy decisions, have healthy thinkings, because to an extent the money and then these worldly pleasures will give you a kind of a temporary one, but on a long lasting time you must have a good thinking habits, and when you have the good thinking you will not have the evil things. So try to keep smiling even if you do not know the person. When you come across, say hello, then have a good time, have a nice day when departing, so that brings you a positive things in your life. So try to mingle, socialize yourself, rather than thinking bad about others and maligning others and spoiling the society. And don't ever think of the criminal mind. If somebody says something to you, take it in a calm way and then tell them all the best, thank you very much. So you should be having the gratitude and gratefulness for God has given a nice life to lead, and don't spoil it. So this is the ultimate one I would like to tell you is keep your home clean, then even the workplace should be clean, then you should have a good air, and as well as try to have a good water and have a minimal exercises, and as well as the personal hygiene. I told you the personal hygiene, a power generated kind of guiding your own body, the exercises, a power generated one for your yoga, pranayama, and all those Indian system of what we call it as, even to an extent, Ayurvedic, they have a lot of boosting your immunity, like for ashwagandha and all those things, and try to have fresh vegetables. Try to keep focus and then concentrate, and try to build up your children when they are all with you. Keep smiling. Don't all the time be scolding and then taking the pinpointing their negative one will not lead you on to anywhere. So try to keep yourself happy. So ahladakaravada vatavarana, more pleasantful attitude towards others should really make you a wonderful life. And also to an extent I told you, dharmikate, vaicharikate I told you about the spirituality in the life. The spirituality will give us strength to face anything problematic in your life. Suppose if you feel that you cannot solve the problem, go to your friends whom you have a trust. Say, I am undergoing this, I am suffering this, and then I want your suggestion. Can you please help me out? So ask them, plead them. You must have the confidence in them. Definitely they will help you. See, this is the way the life has to be modified and then changed. Don't be all the time in a negative ridden. Negative ridden will not lead you anywhere. Rather than it will take you to the other, still more negative graph and will not make you happy. To be more precise, I told you all the rules and regulations one has to observe, think with the positive spirit while you get up in the day. That's the God, ultimately, and end the day with the God because Almighty, who is there on the top, has given you a life. Life which never be thought of, is going to be with you. So we do not know how the life is going to be ended. Try to program that and have a sufficient, meaningful life. Give your life color. And when you look back, say that I have led a satisfied life. So Trupti, ultimately, Trupti is the matter which should make you feel happy. Then I was telling you about the breast cancers and also the cervical cancers and the uterine cancers and also vulvovaginal one. Try to give more importance to these points when you are alone. Try to go back and have an inward journey and try to get more information, probably in depth. There are humpty number of books, and if you walk into the library, there are books about the cancer, and then you can go through that, and so many doubts you can clarify with your so-called your family doctor. Then try to avoid all, to both the men and female I'm telling, all those tobaccos, smoking, which are the causative agents which have been known to be. Try to keep away from that. Then try to have a healthy attitude. I told you mental thinking is very much important, and never ever go cuckoo. If you do not solve the problem, try to have your own solutions about that. And I told you about the eating habits that should really make more healthy, and try to incorporate this, what we call it as Navadhanya, we call it as sprouted, the sprouted one. If you are non-vegetarian or vegetarian one, it's immaterial. Try to stick on to the vegetarian. I am not telling you I'm vegan. If vegan is very good, of course, but it's very difficult to follow it up. If you can, that's also. Try to incorporate all these good habits. Then vihara, achara, then as well as vichara, that should be there. Then I told you that cancer, yes, it can be cured provided it is detected early. Then I told you, try to be more precaution about the danger signals of cancer. If you have difficulty in swallowing, if you have you feel that the cough which is not persistently, it is there and it's not getting relayed, that should alarm you about the lung cancer, as well as change in voice that can give on to the throat cancers. That's a clue about the throat cancers. Then I told you that anything which changes in the ಚರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ನರಹುಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಮಚ್ಚೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕಲರ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚರ್ಮ ರೋಗದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಹೋಗಿ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಿಸಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ಅಬೌಟ್ the female cancer, the men cancer, the cancers from tobacco chewing, the cancer from tobacco smoking, and the cancer from all the food habit. Change in food habits can lead on to the diarrhea with constipation. And too many times you are going to the washroom, and then excessive urination sometimes. Prostate is another one which you have to think of, an elderly one. With the prostate, if you neglect, it can lead on to prostatitis, infection, inflammation, and then change in your or sleeping habits. You should have minimum 6 to 8 hours a day, a healthy sleep, a healthy person. Then the prostate cancer, you have to have that urination, frequent urination, and the white discharge in your urine. So these are all things should give you a clue for the prostatic cancer in the men I'm talking about. And persistent abdominal one. See, if you do not have a whatever what call it as passing of the motions, stools, should you must take care once a day or twice a day. You have to see to that all the vegetables and fibrous fruits or whatever may be the one greens, vegetables that should be incorporated to avoid the constipation. So the constipation can lead on to the stasis of the stools, and thereby the bad toxins can be absorbed and then that can lead on to the once again the hazardous and then other cancers also. Um, you can ask me like, okay, when what are the different various methodology for the cancer treatment? Number one, surgical. Number two, a radiation, what we call it as radiation therapy. Then third one, chemotherapy. Then we have the other one, the immunotherapy. So as to boost the immune system and as well as the certain immunological measures to take care of the further coming up of the cancers. So don't be in the dark and don't be all the time worrying and don't be shedding the tears so that you will think that the cancer is not curable. No, that's not the one. Cancer can be curable provided it's detected early. Understood? Many thanks to you for listening and wonderful for listening to this, and don't be scared. So come out and then face whatever may be the thing and try to prevent the so-called cancer. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you in the next schedule, which are maybe up to come. Bye bye. Take care.